So your last meeting with Charlie, where'd you guys leave it? Was it okay, here's the talking points he's going out with, or was
Well,
it
yeah,
we're going to keep
so we,
talking?
yeah, meaning, and so, and it was like, and it wasn't about like this is what you should say, which is how it's being portrayed by the, by the conspiracy theorists, like I'm some sort of Mossad handler. It was more like talking through the issues and Charlie asking questions and Charlie then saying, okay, I think I'm going to approach this issue this way, and this is going to be my position on it. And, formulating his positions, which weren't necessarily the positions I would want him to take, even. Meaning he was, let's say his, whether it's his position on U.S. aid to Israel, which I'm opposed to U.S. aid to Israel. I want it to be drawn down, and Prime Minister Netanyahu has said he wants it to also. Charlie would probably have that done more quickly than I would. So I'm not saying that he would just like take my position on everything, but we talked through how to talk about why is Israel actually an American interest? Why is it in America's interest to support Israel? And I don't think he was convinced by some of the arguments that I was making. I was just sort of sharing different approaches to it, but not just approaches that I think or that Israelis think or that the Israeli government thinks, but more like working with Charlie to formulate a position that he'd be comfortable with. Because I understand where he's coming from politically, and I understand the nuances of what's going on in the Middle East and with Israel. So I could help him formulate a position. It's basically sharing my opinions. Charlie is a listener. Charlie was a listener. He wanted to hear all opinions. The open marketplace of ideas was like a core fundamental, more than belief, and it was kind of like his existential core. Was he believed in that? He believed in the open marketplace of ideas, which is why he annoyed people like you and me by platforming Tucker Carlson and whoever else. Because for Charlie, the idea that you're supposed to silence any opinion was anathema. But that came from a place of truth seeking. Do I think he went too far with it? Well, yes, we often, for all of us, our best traits we often have to a fault,